It's easy when you're doing competitor analysis to end up with a spreadsheet full of observations and no idea what to do with it. The problem isn't the research, it's that you'll never reach a decision layer. Competitor analysis is the systematic process of evaluating rivals to understand their strengths, weaknesses, and market position relative to your own. But here's the definition that actually matters in practice. It's only finished when it has changed at least one concrete business decision. It's a positioning choice, a budget priority, or a response when a prospect names a rival. If none of those things shifted, then you've done the research, but not the strategy. That's the gap most frameworks never address, and it's where most analysis quietly fails. So before you analyze anything, you need the right list of competitors. And there are two types. Direct competitors target the same product at the same audience as you. Indirect competitors offer a similar solution but to a different audience, or solve the same problem in a different way. A project management tool, for example, competes directly with other project management tools, but indirectly with email, spreadsheets, and shared documents. Missing indirect rivals creates a strategic blind spot because customers don't always choose between you and your competitors. Sometimes they choose between you and doing nothing differently. So map both categories before you start gathering data. Now, for each competitor, examine 6 areas using only public sources. First, product or service features, what they offer and what they don't. Second, pricing, structure, tiers, and what's conspicuously absent from their pricing page. Third, messaging. What problem do they claim to solve and who are they speaking to? Fourth, marketing channels, where they're active and where they're quiet. Fifth, customer reviews on G2 and Trustpilot or Google. Complaints reveal genuine weaknesses far more reliably than any marketing copy. Sixth, job postings. A company hiring aggressively in one area signals where they're investing next. So what competitors do loudly tells you their strategy. What they avoid tells you their vulnerabilities, and both are useful. And now this is the step that most frameworks skip. Once you have your observations, ask one question about each of them. What does this imply I should do differently? Not what does this tell me about them, what does it mean for us? Say you notice a competitor's reviews consistently criticize slow onboarding. That's not just an observation, it's a signal to make your own onboarding speed a visible part of your positioning, or to train your sales team to raise it proactively when that rival comes up. Or say their pricing page has no entry-level tier. Well, that might be a gap worth filling, or it might mean they've tested it and it didn't work. Not every gap is a real opportunity. The discipline is distinguishing between gaps worth pursuing and gaps competitors leave deliberately. So run each observation through the decision filter. Does this change how we position, what we charge, or how we sell? If the answer is no, well, note it down and move on. If the answer is yes, then that's an output. A competitor analysis isn't a document. It's a set of decisions that didn't exist before you ran it. If that was of value, subscribe to the channel for one real business question answered every video. For the same clarity in writing, the website and newsletter is 5minutebusiness.com.